Hello and happy Easter! So this weekend it's Easter Friday right now, which means it is Stawell Gift weekend, and that is the only thing I have basically ever known it as. So for those of you who don't know, the Stawell Gift is a running race held in Stawell in Victoria, so it's right near my hometown. And basically it's running on grass, it's handicap running, and it's a lot of fun. So this kind of running happens a lot throughout Australia, especially Victoria, all season. And then this is kind of like the finale. It's like the richest running race in Australia. There's a lot of prize money available. My role this weekend, like last year, is I'm going to be interviewing athletes after their races again. So that's going to be on the Channel 7 live stream, and then obviously there'll be the main chunk that's on Channel 7 on Monday, where you'll have the standard absolute legends, Bruce McAvaney, Richo and Tamsin. So that'll be my little break, but obviously I'll still be out enjoying the action. But I am so excited. I love the Stawell weekend. I love, you know, that I'm now a part of it in a different way. I did run there, I think, for 7 years. I made the final 4 years in a row. I have not won, which is very frustrating. But I really love that I can be a part of it. You know, this is also a pretty awesome opportunity to be out there interviewing the athletes too. Yes, I need to get ready because today's Friday. I'm going up to the gym, heading up to Stawell Fitness. Shout out guys for looking after me. And then have some lunch with a friend. And I'm actually doing some filming for one of my sponsors first, because it's the same media crew and they're actually just calling me right now. Yeah, it's for one of my sponsors for Phoenix, for another gala later this year. I went to a gala last year and it was awesome. So yeah, I have that, and then I'm going to stick around at the track and just catch up with all my friends, because I have a lot of friends in the running community that will all be here. So see them, hang around, be a bit social, and then I guess come home and rest up, because it's going to be a very big 3 days. It is a lot of time on my feet and a lot of talking and just a lot, but in a very good way. So I'm very excited, and I'll see what I can take you guys along for. This will be my Easter vlog.
8th World Cup start for Sarah Blizzard.
The Australian duo here kicking off our race.
And look at the momentum. 5th best spin. She's absolutely flying.
I do think those are tears of joy. I think they are celebrating their Olympic dream.
I finished my session. I didn't really do anything special. I just did a few random exercises just to move through some movements again, so when I start actually training, it doesn't kill me as much. And I just did a lot of upper body because I can. Why not? Works. Problem is, I'm so pale at the moment that none of my shades are matching. I guess that will do. Alright, let's go. Alright, so we're at the track. I've been coming and going all day and I've been so busy, but I'm just going to take you in and show you what it all looks like. So this is Central Park. It is normally a footy oval for most of the time, but obviously they put a lot of work and effort in to make it look like this. It's one of the best grass tracks you can ever run on, and honestly, yeah, it's looking pretty good. So. Okay, so today was long and it wasn't even the first official day. My lips are burnt, so it's great. I am very tired. Let me have another 3 days. Alright. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is day 1 of the Stawell Gift. I'm very excited. It's going to be a massive day. I'm going to see what I can take you along for and show you. But yeah, don't really have much else to say at the moment apart from let's go.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 1 of the Power Court Stawell Gift. So that's live? Yeah. Northern Grampianshire Women's 800 metres. Proceedings, but now on the outside. Jack O'Day piles on the pressure. Cameron Connors, the South Australian, trying to put himself in the race. Isaac.
Hello, everybody.
Christian Coleman, welcome. Welcome to the Stawell Gift. How does it feel being here in Australia?
It feels amazing. I mean, we've been here all week, so we've been having some incredible experiences.
You hold the record over 60 metres. This is double the distance. Talk us through your training to actually prepare for this meet here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what me and my coaches have been working on the past years to give it all I got in the semis and hope for the best in the final.
Perfect. Well, thank you for coming out here. Everyone's very excited to have you here. Congratulations on your win. We'll see you on Monday.
Thank you so much.
Alright, it is the end of the first day of Easter Saturday at the Stawell Gift, and I am exhausted. I'm overheating. It was absolutely freezing this morning. We were shivering with layers on, but so cold. The wind was so cold, it was freezing in the shade, and now it is I don't know, 20 something degrees, and it is so hot. We've had it all today, so no, it was a really great day. I really enjoy being part of the Stawell Gift in a different aspect from when I was running. Everyone keeps asking me, why aren't you running? I'm like, because I can't run this far. Even the 70, it's too far for me. But no, I've really enjoyed being part of the weekend in a different aspect. So it was a great day. 2 more to go. Alright, so it's now day 2 of the Stawell Gift weekend, and I just dropped the... Let's try that again. Daylight savings change, so the sun's up, and hopefully it should be a little bit warmer than when we started yesterday, because yesterday morning when we were doing our opening bit, it was absolutely freezing and it took forever to warm up. So I have a few more layers on today, but it is a little bit warmer, hopefully. Alrighty, it is time to drive on up to Stawell.
It's actually not as cold as yesterday though.
Not as cold as yesterday.
Everyone sent me messages yesterday being like, you looked each. Okay.
Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the Power Core Stawell Gift here at Central Park. I'm Sarah Blizzard and I'm joined here by Bree Rizzo to take you through the action. They were very impressive to watch run, however they were not the fastest gift heats of the weekend. So Bree, tell us about the fastest 2 heats of the men and women.
Yeah, in the women's we had Charlotte and Nielsen.
Another great day here at Central Park. Now I'm going to send you back up to Ollie to talk you through the first race of the day.
Did we nail it?
That was great.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you need. It's 2 girls talking. I've filmed a lot of these. Yeah, never that good.
Stop it.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do it like that a second time.
I can't hear what he's... Is that a wrap?
Yep, you good.
Oh, yeah.
One hit wonder.
Sorry guys.
That's alright.
We've got a little bit more to go, yeah.
Okay, so I've just finished day 2 of the Stawell Gift. It has been another massive day. It was very hot as well, so I spent a lot of time in the sun, but it was a great day. We finished off with the Sash Club function as well for those who have, it's a function for those people who have won sashes at Stawell. The only one I have won is the under 18s in my very first year at Stawell. But yeah, it's been a great day. It's been a really big day, but tomorrow is a big one, so it's Easter Monday. Yeah, it's gonna be big, but it's the best day, so I'm looking forward to it. Good morning, guys. It is day 3, the final day here at Stawell, and the finals day here at Stawell. No, but this is like the main day here at the Stawell Gift. It's a lot of the finals are run, especially the big ones. In saying that, there are finals on other days as well. Especially yesterday, there was quite a lot of finals towards the end. But it's also like the Channel 7 broadcast comes in. So in the middle of the day, I'm gonna have a bit of a break while, you know, Richo, Tamsin, and Bruce McAvaney take over, which is always an absolute pleasure to watch and listen to. But it's quite a big day. But it's also like emotionally and mentally a big day because there's so much going on. But I love finals day here at Stawell. I love the whole weekend. I'm so excited, and I know that there's probably going to be a bit of a come down tomorrow after all of this. Like, the weekend goes so quickly, and it's the last day already. So yeah, I guess I should go. I need to get on up there. Good morning. Good morning, Ollie. Good, how are you? So we are done for Easter weekend. It was an amazing weekend. Yeah, there's just so many amazing things happened. Everything's getting packed up, and now we get to go and celebrate. All right, so the Stawell Gift weekend is done. In my last video, I said that I was going to go and celebrate. I did not. I was absolutely exhausted. So, but again, it was such a good weekend. It's now a week later, and I feel like I have since done my move to Brisbane, and I'm kind of still exhausted. So it's been a big week. So on my Instagram, I asked if anyone had any questions about the Stawell Gift, because I realized that a lot of people have no idea what's going on. They haven't seen this type of running before. It's pretty unique, but it does happen a lot in Australia, and I believe over in Scotland as well. And obviously with Sha'Carri Richardson and Christian Coleman coming and competing, it's brought a lot more attention. So there's a lot more questions. So I'm going to try and answer some and elaborate on them to try and explain what the Stawell Gift is. This type of running happens, like I said, throughout the whole year, throughout Australia. And if we're specifically talking Victoria, there is like day events that are exactly the same, held basically every week. But this is kind of how I got into athletics, which I then did for 9 years. So how did I find out about the Stawell Gift? So that was basically through that, like I live 20 minutes away from Stawell. So I knew that it was a thing, but I didn't really understand what it was. And then my first season running, I competed at the Stawell Gift at the end of that season. And then that was that, basically. How do the 3 days work? They basically, across the 3 days, they have a massive range of events. Gift event, so the 120 meter distance is kind of always the main event. Then they have like distances ranging from 70 to like, there's like miles, there's like a 3.2k run. Yeah, there's a massive range of events. They have juniors, they have masters, they have little athletics. I think at the Stawell Gift there's a lot more little athletics races than there normally is in these kind of events. So every event that they have, they'll have like heat, semi and final, or heat and final. Some of the distance races have straight finals as well. So it is a really, really big range. So across the 3 days, obviously they always have to start off with the heats, and as things get going is when the semis and finals start happening. So probably already on Sunday, there's a lot more finals already. For example, they'll have like the 70 meter, women and men's semis and finals, and that's quite a big one. And as you go on, just more events are happening and more finals happen. On the Monday, that's the big day, which I kind of said. So they have the Channel 7 broadcast comes in for 3 hours. So that's where the main like draw card events are. So they'll have the they'll have the semis of the 120 women and men. I'm trying to think of what else they have in there. They have like the 400 women's, which is always a big one. They have some of the men, like just all of the main event finals are held in that 3 hour period. And then after that, it's just all finals after that. So I was actually quite busy. I had like 2 or 3 hours of just straight interviewing finals. And that's like the busiest part of my weekend. Basically, the 3 days is just a lot of competing, and then it builds up to finals all on the Monday, to put it simply. Okay, do you have to qualify for the Stawell Gift? No, actually. So anyone can enter it. You just have to sign up with the Victorian Athletic League or whatever your state athletic league is, and then you enter Stawell. That's basically as simple as it is. Now the handicapping does also come into it. If you've never run before in your life, you have no times from the regular like track racing to the pro racing, you're gonna get a really rough mark, and that's gonna be hard. But I'm gonna get into the handicapping. I guess that can be the next question. It's kind of like, there's 2 questions here. Why do they want all the runners to finish at the same time? And why do people have handicaps, and how can you determine them? So it's just a different style of running. It's just, you give everyone a fair chance. It's a little bit different to regular track meets, and it's a lot of fun. Like, I really like it. I really rate it. It's just something different, and it's just basically the handicaps are there to try and make it so everyone crosses the line at the same time. Obviously, people are going to be peaking at different times. People are trying to win different races, and you're always going to have someone who wins, and it's not always as simple as that, and the handicappers have a very hard job. I probably should start off by saying, if you've got a 120 meter race, this is 0, this is 120. The fastest people are going to be off 0. They will always have a limit of the handicaps as well. They can't just, it's not an unlimited number. Let's just say for the women's gear for Stawell, it was 10 meters. So everyone is going to be between 0 and 10 meters. You can have your slowest girls off 10 and your fastest off scratch, which is exactly what we saw. I'm going to put in a video of Sha'Carri Richardson in her heat. Now, keep in mind, this is a heat, I guess, as you go into your semis and your finals, all of this becomes a lot more like compact. Everyone is going to be crossing the line very, very close. If you do see videos of the gift finals and stuff like that, it is handicapped pretty well. So you're always going to have people who are, peaking, especially for Stawell. Like, it is a big event. You're always going to be having people who are peaking and who do end up obviously running faster than they predicted, and there's a lot that goes into it. So the handicap is determined by previous performances, and what they'll have is a ceiling time, so a time that they are kind of aiming for everyone to be finishing the race in. So your previous performances can either be within these pro races throughout the season, that season, or previous seasons as well, or if you run track normally, they can go off that as well. If you've never run anything ever before in your life, they have like a novice mark that you get that's pretty rough, obviously, because they don't want some newbie to come in that they've never heard of and then absolutely blow it away. It just, it gives everyone a chance, and I think it's really cool. Okay, do women and men race together? Yes, not in every event. So a common one is like they'll have 70 opens. I used to run a lot of 70 opens. I won one in Ballarat. I don't remember what year. But that's an open event, so anyone can enter it. They will have in there like women's gift and men's gift, and even at Stawell they have a women's and men's 70. The 200 is open, and then it goes up from there. So they also have like masters category, so I think that's over 35s, and then they have they'll do a lot of women and masters events. Then they'll have opens, they'll have juniors. There's like so many different different types, different categories. Women and men can race each other, but not all the time, and that's where the handicaps can become a lot of fun as well. Once a handicap is made, can they change it during the weekend? General rule of thumb is no. They have before. Junior races they can. Don't know what happens in little aths. But generally, no. I do believe that they had to make a few changes last minute this year after the handicaps get released, because they got released like, you know, a bit of time out of stall so everyone can see what they got, unless they've like made a big stuff up and they have to change it. They do also fine people as well. Like if you suddenly run slower than what you have been running, they're gonna like pull you up and talk to you and stuff. If you suddenly run faster than what you've been running and it's a certain amount of a like improvement percentage, whatever, they can fine you. There's a lot of rules like that to try and keep everyone being honest, which doesn't always happen. But what's your most favorite event at Stawell that isn't the 120 meter gift? Honestly, probably the 70s. That's just because I used to be a sprinter, but in saying that, I have also run in 400s there a long time ago. I don't know, it's hard because there's, again, such a range of events and such a range of people competing that the whole weekend is just amazing. But I'm probably gonna have to say the 70, but that probably leads into my next question. How did you find the Stawell media race besides the handicapping? If you guys are following me, you would have seen that we did a little media race. Now, this race was organized about 2 hours out. We decided to do it right at the end of the meet. Now, I also just want to say that the people who chose the handicappers were the other people in the race. I was busy working. All of these guys had already clocked off and they were like lying on the ground there, up to mischief, making handicaps. It's not normally how it works, but no, it was a lot of fun. It was all the media people who were involved across the 3 days. They were all mainly photographers and videographers. And we had 2 heats and we got given silks. We had the proper starter and everything. I have a pretty cool video from the meta glasses. And then, yeah, I was put off scratch, which was very rough. The person in front of me has run a 10.6 at some point in their life. They're also quite young. Anyway, I started and I knew that I was never going to catch them, and it was just an absolute stitch up. It was a lot of fun though. Like, I had no speed. I was running barefoot. I haven't been training. My Achilles and hammies were like, what on earth are you doing to us? But it was actually a lot of fun. You know, I'm out on the ground with these people all weekend. They're a great bunch of people. And it was just nice to finish that off. I think a few people are going to be training for next year. A few people are going to be like already preparing for that from the sounds of it. But it was a lot of fun. I will say that. But next year I'm getting the proper handicappers involved. How many Stawell Gift finals have you made over the years? I made 4 in a row. I will quickly say that I'm the only person, male or female, to ever make 4 finals in a row. Even making 4 finals is nuts. So my first final I made was before the prize money was equal to the men. So the men have been 40,000 for as long as I've ever known it. If you win, you win $40,000. It's a big event. Maybe I should have started with that. The women's, when I first started competing, I think you got about 2.5 grand. Like, so 2,500. These are all obviously Aussie dollars. So that was my first gift final. I came second. I was like 16, 17, something like that. My second year that I made the final was when they increased the prize money to 40 grand for the women as well. So it was equal. That year I came last and I got the same amount that I got for second the previous year. So when I came second, I got like $1,200 or something like that. The next year prize money increased. I came last and I got about the same amount of money, which is nuts how much it increased. And it's absolutely awesome that it did. And obviously it should be anyway. My third year I came third. And then my fourth year, I got put in a heat with someone, no, in the semi with someone who absolutely smashed me in a race before, but we kind of had a bit of a race plan. I was like, oh, shit. Like, I'm not going to make this final. It's going to be the first one I miss. But with my coach, we came up with a bit of a plan because we knew that that person had a bit of a weakness. They were like extremely fast runner, but if you put pressure on her, she wasn't able to put up with that pressure. So I did that. I think I ran the best. That was like, if you ask me what my best ever race was in terms of executing, it was that. It was honestly the best race I have ever run in my life. Then I made my 4th final, and I think I came 5th in that final. That was the closest final I've ever been part of though. We all really like genuinely crossed the line, like so close. I would love to find a video. If I manage to find a video of it, I'm gonna put it like as overlay of this. But yeah, that was a really close final. I think that was the first year where I was like, okay, I feel like this was a great final to be part of. How do you recover mentally from competing in general? I don't know. If someone finds out, let me know. No, I'm kidding. You're always going to have ups and downs mentally, and a big competition at the end of season, whether it's the Stawell Gift, whether it's the Olympics, World Champs, you know, you're always going to have a bit of a down after, because you've had this like massive event and then you have nothing after, and it's your off season, and it's a bit of a change. It's something that you're not used to, but I honestly think like that's a time to go and spend with like friends and family and go and do the things that you weren't able to do throughout season, and kind of like fill your heart up, do the things you love. And that's kind of how I cope with it myself. And I think that would have been the same as when I was doing athletics too. Like, go and do the things that you love and make the most of that time. And yeah, obviously you're suddenly not training because it's your off season, but it doesn't make life easier. Sorry, I got cut off answering the last question, but I'm pretty sure I got it all across. I think that's pretty much it. I hope that that's kind of explained the event. Like, it is a huge event. There's a lot of prize money on offer. It's the biggest one across the season, richest running race in Australia. And I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to be involved with it. So like, from when I was running, there was no live streams. Obviously they had the broadcast on the Monday for a few hours, but there was no live streams. The photographers were like way less. It has grown so much in the years. And I guess now we've got, we had the 2 Americans come across. Last year we had Gout and Lockie Kennedy and Brie Rizzo come across, and all the kids love them as well. So it is really nice seeing all the kids getting involved, and very excited. Even for me, there were so many kids asking for signatures and photos, and it was so sweet. The amount of people that had told me that they've watched the Olympics and everything like that, and asking for photos and signatures, was insane. I've never had that before in my life, so that was really cool. It does help that I'm a local there as well. A lot of people know me, but yeah, I had a really great weekend. Really grateful for the opportunities that sport has brought me, especially being able to interview all the athletes. Especially had an interview with Christian Coleman, and that's just absolutely insane. Like, actually insane. Yeah, that's it for this video. I really hope I have answered questions, but it's a great event. Get around it. I'm sure I'll be there next year. So yeah, I guess that is it for my Stawell Gift Easter weekend YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.